Hey guys, it's Tape the Grape, and today we're going to be looking at Davis Park in Rockford, Illinois. It's a pretty empty park, but there's quite a bit to look at anyway. We've got the Embassy Suites there. Used to be an old factory, but they converted it into Embassy Suites. Looks very nice. But anyway, so as we walk down here, we've got a riverfront view. Now before I show you the river, there actually used to be another building here. I believe it used to be part of an older factory. And, well, it recently got tore down because it was more of a monument in its last few years. But they got some plans for this park, so that's why they tore it down. Plans for the future. But, oh yeah, I'll show you a screenshot of that in a second, and then I'll get back to what I'm showing you. But anyway, I'll show you the river now. I'll give you a better view of it in a little while. But this place has got some pretty nice walking paths. And one thing I want to show you over here, this is I think in my video I may have called it the Mulberry Street Bridge. I meant to say Chestnut Street Bridge or Walnut Street, whatever it is. They like merge into each other, the two street names. But this is the particular bridge where we got stuck under there when it started raining, and got up here on my previous video to watch the fireworks. Pretty interesting though. Now another interesting thing about this park here, during 4th of July they actually had it all fenced in with a bunch of activities, live music, food trucks, this, that, and the other. It was a $5 entry fee. I didn't want to pay for that. And honestly, I wouldn't have had money for food anyway, because you know, food trucks are good but expensive. But anyway. And here's a nice little spot. You can see the river better. And look, they got some electric scooters you can rent. Pretty neat. And here's a lot better of a view of the river, Rock River, of course. We've got the sports factory over there to the right, and then that taller building, Rockford Registrar. One little neat fact about that thing, that when they built that, they were originally planning on building it I don't know exactly how many, a few stories higher, but I think it was around, World War I, World War II. I don't remember exactly. Maybe it was some war, maybe it wasn't even, maybe it was before then. I don't exactly recall. But I heard something about they wanted to save resources, so they cut it off right there. But originally it was going to be higher. But pretty neat anyway. And after a while, I'm going to go up there. It'd be pretty quick for you, but I have to walk all the way there. But not the bridge you see in the background, but the one behind that even farther. Not this arched one either. But something pretty neat I got to show you over there. Now, some other interesting things. If I'm not mistaken, back at the turn of the century, like the late 1800s to early 1900s, this whole riverfront area obviously had a bunch of factories and stuff on it. A lot of these now empty lots or, parks that they have now, they, obviously from the 100-year-old factories, they were all contaminated and whatnot. They obviously cleaned it up and stuff, but it's just crazy to think, because I think they've got some, I'll show you over here on this dock. Now, as we go on the dock, as I was saying, they've got some old pipes. Now, these could be modern sewage pipes, or I should say old, but they use them for sewage now. But let's look down here. You see, like, stone pipes like that. Those could be newer, but I feel like at least some of these or some spots, this is probably like from original like factories being right along the river, and where they used to dump their, not necessarily sewage, but waste. Who honestly knows? There wasn't many rules back then. And something interesting over here, I'm not too sure what this is. I'll get a better angle of it in a second. But this right over here, I have a feeling this was like perhaps like a boat parking thing for maybe an old factory that used to be here for goods shipped on the boats. But I don't know. We'll get a better angle of that in a second. But before that, another really nice view of the river. Let me get this pole out of the way here. Out of view, I should say. Oh yeah. And here's that better angle of this right here. But as you can see, it's all fenced in, obviously, because it's dangerous for people just to be walking there, whether it be structural or just because there's no ledge there. But yeah, if I had to guess, this is probably something to do with like a boat parking up here, loading up goods into a factory that used to be built here or something. Or maybe that one, who honestly knows. That was 100+ years ago. And what do you know? I found me a free pair of little kid American flag glasses, probably from the 4th of July. Oh well, I can wash those up and give them to one of my nephews or nieces. And I found a free necklace too. I'm just hitting the jackpot. If only it was real jewelry, but oh well. Here we've got a nice little gazebo at the other end of the park, the south end of the park. And then over here, Germanicus Kent. If you want to pause and read it, go ahead. As one of the founders of Rockford. It was him, Lewis Lemon, and another white guy I don't know the name of. It's a triangle-shaped thing, so I'll let you read all three if you want to pause and read. And another neat thing about Rockford, Cheap Trick, the rock band. Oh yeah, they got some really good songs. Kind of cracked up, but I'm sure you can still kind of read it, hopefully. Here's another view of Embassy Suites. So they got a really neat, I've never been there, but I've been told it's really neat. They got a restaurant that's got like a balcony on top. You can eat outside on the super high up on the top floor, which is pretty neat, but oh yeah. And now we're gonna continue on the trail, or the walking path. Now one thing I should note, of course, this is an old railroad track bridge. I believe it's still used, maybe it's not, I don't know for sure, but either way, if you look over here in the cement area, there's it's probably blurry, but there's a tunnel over there. I would say let's walk through it, but I know homeless people are known for sleeping over there, but I'll at least go over there and look. Let's see. You can see the people up there on the Embassy Suites looking down at the peasants below. All right, let's walk up on it. Let's see. Oh, nope, doesn't look like any homeless people are here, but yeah, this is quite an old railroad track bridge. Oh yeah, let's walk through here though. Oh geez, yeah, very decrepit looking. It's not horrible, that's for sure. A really good echo. I don't know how it appears on or how it will sound on video, but oh well. Let's walk to the other side. Oh yeah, some geese right there, cute geese. Other side of it. Well, it looks like homeless people had blankets there, who knows. And shoes over there too. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. But let's walk over here now. Well, here's the other side of that railroad track. And then thing that's neat I want to show you is on this bridge over here. Just walking up to the bridge now. Now, this also was an old railroad track bridge, but they converted this into a part of the walking path, of course. It's not suitable for trains anymore. At least that's what I assume. But before we go on there, you may be able to hear it in the background, but let's read this real quick. This is what's really interesting. Pause it and read it. But anyway, so yeah, Rockford, of course, a rocky ford. A ford is a shallow part of the water you can walk across. And that's what Rockford's named after, even though it used to be called Midway, because it was midway between Chicago and Galena, Illinois. And that's one of the big reasons why it actually got as big as it did, because it was a stopping point, midway. And this is what I wanted to show you, the dam. Very awesome. Don't worry, I'm holding super tight on my phone, that's for sure. And over here on the other end of the bridge I'm on, you can obviously see some shallow, rocky ford, Rockford. Of course, this is the shallower part of the river. And of course, there's some more sandbars down there just before you get to the Morgan Street Bridge there. I used to have a dentist office right there that I used to go to. I haven't been to the dentist in a while, I need to. But anyway, let's look over here. And what's funny about this dam, well, breathtaking for one, but what's funny about it, you'll always find things trapped there. It almost looks like a body, but it's not. I thought it was, but no. And there's a green ball over there. And you'll see a bunch of like basketballs, any type of ball that'll float, basically. They get caught up in there, a giant log. But oh yeah, probably because there's a sports factory over there, and they got a bunch of sports balls there. I don't know, but let's go look over there now. And I have no idea how someone managed. I know you're probably not going to be able to see it, but there's like some fishing line. It looks like it's going all the way into the water, all the way up to there. As you can probably see the dot there. Like a big spider web up there of fishing line, and then it's like a long strand. I don't even know how someone got it up there. Unless they were super strong and like flung it over there, but that's quite a distance. Looks small, but it's actually quite big and far away. And here I am midway on the bridge, and I believe those are the doors where they control how much water can go to and from, or in and out. Not in, but yeah, how much resists. You know what I'm trying to say. But oh yeah, that's pretty neat. Oh yeah. Oh, and while I'm at it, I believe, see that factory in the center of the screen, I believe that's a old abandoned factory that's getting refurbished. Because there was a lot of blight in Rockford, and there still is, but thankfully a lot of it's getting either demolished and land being used, or the buildings that are already there are being used. Like I said, that Embassy Suites used to be an abandoned factory for, I don't know, close to 2 decades, if not more, I don't know. And then it finally became something. But oh yeah. And now, as I said, this used to be an old railroad track, but a railroad track bridge. We got some remnants of railroad tracks over here. Let's go look. So as we continue on, you can still see railroad tracks. Let's go look. Oh yeah. For whatever reason, they never picked them up or got rid of them. But either way, it's pretty neat to see anyway. Still a bunch of railroad spikes in the ground. I tried pulling one out a little while ago, but there's no way I'm going to be able to pull that out. No way. Of course, still got the wood there. Pretty neat, though. But now I think it's about time to walk back. And here's the underneath of that railroad track bridge I said I believe is still in use, but I don't know for sure. Pretty crazy to think it's over 100 years old. It's still working just fine, though. As far as I know, it's over 100. I would definitely believe it is. And the only reason I'm so unsure is because I don't know if they had an original one and they rebuilt it in the last 50, 60 years. I have no idea. But I want to say it's about over 100 years old. And obviously, if you're not sure, those flotation devices right there with the string across them lets boaters know not to go any farther, or otherwise they'll fall down the dam, and that would not be fun at all. But anyway, this was my video on Davis Park and the walking path and the dam. Hope you enjoyed. And now it's time for me to go home.